Hello again, everybody. Scott Casper, Takedown Wrestling. We continue our coverage of the sport. We head down to Oklahoma City, and it was in Fort Wayne, Indiana, where Archie Randall's team took second at the national duels for the second consecutive year. He joins us now. Arch, how are you?
Oh, pretty good, pretty good. Doing well.
Second place, not where Archie Randall or his stars want to be.
No, we're not real happy with that, but it is what it is. It's a duel. Anything can happen in a duel.
Well,
And
we're,
Jason Mormon's got a good team. He's put together a good program, and they're wrestling pretty hard right now.
I want you to talk about a few of the young ladies who had some outstanding performance for OCU, and one of them, I believe, Emily Webster. She had a tremendous win. It was a 13 victory over Marina Doi, part of the Doi Package twins,
Yeah.
and doing so at 101 pounds. Talk to us a little bit about her leadership and what she's able to provide to the team.
Um, Emily Webster it would be, I guess you'd say, a coach's dream. She's a great student. She's a 3.9 student. She's a chemistry major. She's undefeated in college wrestling for 3 years, 4 years, going on 4 years now. She hadn't had a close match all year. She's just, she's right there ready to be a four-timer, and hopefully she gets that done. But the WCWA and women's wrestling has changed so much that anybody can win a weight. You can have the number 8 girl's going to have a good day, and she's going to win the weight. So we're real excited about getting to the national tournament, so she has that opportunity.
I love it. I love it. So she picks up a huge win over Marina Doi, and I'm talking about in a loss to King. Okay, so it was 17-24, but Cody Fowl had an outstanding performance as well. She pinned her opponent at a minute 42. Those are statement wins. I don't care what weight, Coach. 109 Cody wrestles at, but a statement win is a pin. Talk to us a little bit about that, what that can do for your team.
Oh, it getting ahead. We were ahead in the duel at that time, which it elevates the team. Duels are all about momentum. So we had the momentum going into 16, and then we didn't wrestle very well against Haley Guello. And at 23, we were even at 123, and we didn't wrestle well at 23. And then I chose to put in a backup girl at 30 to wrestle Hildebrandt, and I bumped up to wrestle Molinari, which we beat before. And we lost that match, so that kind of put us on a setback. And then what I did next was, instead of wrestling Kayla Aguio at 43, I bumped her up. No, I take that back. I put her in the match to wrestle Hindi, which we got caught on a couple ankle picks, so that wasn't a very good deal. So you know what it is? The girls wrestled well. They wrestled really well. I think the coach blew it. I need to talk to that coach about it. I think he should have wrestled straight up, and he thought he could get an extra win here, and I think the coach blew it. That's what I think.
Well,
You need to
here's the
talk to
deal.
that coach.
You want to know how to get a hold of him? He's usually in his office or in the gym 14, 16 hours a day. Shouldn't be hard to find Archie Randall.
I'm going to find him. I'm going to talk to him about it.
Yeah, well, here's a guy that's taking a shot for the team, but that's what coaches do. Good coaches will recognize decisions they've made, and the point is that even as well as they wrestled, you guys wrestled well too to keep it that tight. You had some tremendous opportunities here and came in second. So taking that forward, let's talk a little bit about the performance you just had. It wasn't just a few days ago where you guys were competing, and I think you had an outstanding performance.
Yeah, I think we did. I think we're right at the level where we need to be at right now, moving forward to the national tournament. I looked at all the seeds and all the rankings for this next week coming out, and we're in a good spot to have a shot at the title. But there's other teams that King is really solid. Campbellsville's pretty solid. McKendree's pretty solid. Lindenwood's pretty solid. There's tons of good girls at the tournament right now, so it could be anybody's game. And the most important thing is the backside of the tournament. I think we're all going to get about the same number in the front side. In the finals, I think we're all going to get 4 or 5 in the front side, but it's the backside. We got to win the backside of the tournament.
And really, that is because of the parity in women's wrestling specifically. You do
Yes.
have to win the backside.
Yes.
And I will say this: Rachel Archer, as much as I absolutely loved this gal and her style, she had a tough battle at the Ottawa Braves Open against Missouri Valley's Christy Powell. I'm not
Yeah.
sure how the score ended up 10-0, but it did. And while she didn't grab a title, Brianna Delgado did, Shelby Morrison did, Cody Fowl. I mean, these are all people that we look at as being outstanding athletes, and they're doing very well for you.
Yeah, the team has come together pretty good, and it's probably because of the leadership of Emily Webster. She's our captain of the team, and she's done a real good job keeping the girls lined out and keeping everybody focused on what we need to do.
So being
She's actually this year is the first time she followed me around when I'm coaching now, and wants to know why I treat so and so this way, why I say this, and so she's got a pretty good insight of what's going on. She's just a great individual.
soaking it up like a sponge.
Yep.
Well,
And she's a chemistry major, so she'll be a scientist someplace, or she'll open a bakery. That's what she said.
a bakery or a scientist? Well, in many ways, a baker is a
Too.
scientist, right?
Yeah.
All right, so you go on to the Bearcat Open, and O'Connor and Fowl take titles at the Bearcat Open. Talk to us a little bit about that event, because I don't think there's an Open anymore that is an easy win, a guaranteed win. I think every one of them you got to scrap for.
Oh yeah, it definitely. The Bearcat Open is the last tournament that you can compete in before the national tournament. Well, Dave Schultz. We took the girls to Dave Schultz too, because we tend to wrestle more than the rest of the teams do. But yeah, it was a pretty tough tournament. The kids wrestled really well. Rachel Young, which she finished third at the tournament at 136, she teched the number one ranked girl in the nation in a minute and a half.
Wow.
Which was pretty phenomenal. And she had a really good tournament. And Heather O'Connor, our heavyweight, is nursing a dislocated shoulder right now. So, and she did real well. She's just a big, tough girl, and she's going to wrestle no matter what. So
Yeah.
I thought we wrestled really well there. I really, it really affects, that tournament really affected some of the outcomes as far as the season is concerned too. So it's important to wrestle well at each tournament.
You and I were talking off air about how women's wrestling, is coming on so strong. Total number of schools that have added. You and I remember when you can go to a women's wrestling event, there'd be one mat, maybe 30, 40 girls, and now we're seeing 300.
Yeah.
I mean, these are huge numbers.
Our national tournament will be at Missouri Baptist in St. Louis, and actually from last year to this year, we've gained 50 athletes at the tournament. And the next ones that we bid out, it's a bid year for the tournament, the host, and the new host is going to have 4 to 6 mats at the tournament now. We're anticipating maybe 350 next year. We're talking about having to go to regionalization, qualifying standards, everything else like that to keep the numbers that'll be workable. But right now it's growing and growing and growing and growing.
And it's Missouri Baptist, as much as they've been a great host. I've been to your home, your gym, as a host school for, I believe it was the NEIs. I can't remember.
Yes.
But
Yes.
At some point, with the growth of the NEI, with the growth of the women's division as well, we're going to have to start looking at larger facilities. Or am I wrong?
Yeah. We're going to have to start looking at coliseums, et cetera, like that, because it's just a matter of time before we're up to 30 or 40 or 50 teams, and we're going to have to do all kinds of things. And with growth, there's all kinds of issues. Our rules and our regulations, every year we have to add new stuff. We have to change things to adapt to what we have. The only concern I have is that we're growing at such a rapid rate, we don't have enough athletes coming up through the high school division, and that's where women's wrestling needs to grow, is at the high school level. It needs to grow at the high school level, because most of the universities that are adding women's wrestling, and it's tuition driven, it's all tuition driven. So, they need to carry 30 athletes, and it's getting tougher and tougher to get those 30 athletes.
Well, it used to be about warm bodies. Now we're looking for warm bodies that happen to be outstanding students and great athletes. Yes. And there hasn't been Well, it hasn't been a whole lot of trouble for Archie Randall. If I recall, when you started your men's program, you started your women's program, and man, they were standing up and wanting to be heard. They were looking to Archie Randall, say, "Hey, please let me come wrestle for the Stars." And I guess it's no secret that you've been able to attract some of the best women in the country to come down to Oklahoma City, and that. Well, we've been there with you since the very beginning, and I challenged you even at that time. I said, Archie, can you do both at the same time? You said, I have to. Do you still feel that way?
Yeah, I enjoy what I enjoy most is coaching, and what the only difference is the time away from home. At this particular point, both men and women's team are pretty solid. As a matter of fact, this is the first year that our men's team, we have not lost a wrestler. We started out with 23, and we still have 23.
Nice.
And we're going to increase that number to about 30. And we had no one leave. We had no one leave the teams, which is really good. They're young teams, so I enjoy it. As long as I'm enjoying it, I'm going to keep doing it. But I hate to lose. I hate to lose.
I think that has to do a lot with that, not just what you brought with you, but also the whole makeup of the OCU Stars in all sports. You guys love to win.
Oh yeah, yeah. We're at 56 national titles right now in our school, which is pretty incredible. And we don't hang runner-up banners in our gym. You get a national championship, or your banner don't go up in our gym.
That's what I'm talking about. Archie Randall's our guest, the head coach of the OCU Stars, and we're looking forward to seeing tournament results as they head to the national championships that'll take place in St. Louis, Missouri, coming up. And I think you guys, do you leave on Wednesday or Tuesday?
We leave on Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Tournament starts on Friday and weigh-ins on Thursday, so we'll leave Wednesday to go to St. Louis.
So it will all be decided by what, Sunday morning?
By Sunday morning, but well, Saturday afternoon or Saturday night, about probably around 7 or 8 o'clock, you'll know.
Yeah, we'll definitely know. We most likely will be there. Archie, it's always good to talk to you. I appreciate you taking the time to join us. We'll be featuring on next week's television show as well. I wish we had more time to spend because, quite frankly, you're one of my favorite interviews. Great coach and highly respected amongst your peers. So congratulations. Keep up the great work. Our best to your teams, outstanding young men and women. And what an outstanding performance they're all putting forward right now on behalf of the Stars of Oklahoma City University. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Scott.
Archie Randall, home of the champs, 4-time women's wrestling national champions. Can they do it again this year? We'll know in yet another week. I'm Scott Casford for Takedown Wrestling. Thanks for watching.